Today we're going to bring up the topic of obstacles. Dealing with obstacles and recognizing that they're lessons and learning blocks. And obstacles can definitely, if you let them, hinder your success or whatever you're trying to do. Whatever, if you're doing something worthwhile, obstacles come. Especially if it's for the betterment of yourself and others. So, yeah, we definitely deal with negative and positive energies. It's like we mentioned previous, those energies are living things. They try to stay alive. You're gonna kick to stay alive. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do all kinds of sporadic things to stay alive if your life is threatened. And that's what negativity does. And for whatever reason, I can imagine it's the society that we're living in. Like negativity reigns supreme. You know what I'm saying? Everything is negative. People scared of everything. You know what I'm saying? And there's just so much craziness going on that the few people that try to live positive, it can overtake you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we bringing up this topic, because you can't let negativity overtake you, regardless to how big the obstacle is, or, how tough. And it's cool to once you get that blow, it's cool to fade back and examine the situation, and understand it, and then keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Go hard at it. You know what I'm saying? Show negativity and that obstacle that it's not gonna win. We'll keep moving. Straight up. I mean, we had a situation recently where we had a financial mishap, and it was a learning situation for us, definitely.
Today, as a matter of fact.
Today.
And
I'm one. I don't like people in my business, but it's not even about that. We here to help people. You know what I'm saying? And I for a second, I almost seeped off into that old way of thinking. Like, I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I don't want nobody to know. But we not perfect by a long shot. We make mistakes. We go through things. And for people that know us, they know how we are. We're very happy. We keep a positive attitude. But so for y'all to get a better appreciation of us keeping that positive attitude, we keep them while going through things. We don't let negativity win us. And for those short moments when it seems like it is winning, we shut it down because we recognize what's going on. Shut it down and squash it. You know what I'm saying? The next day, nothing ever happened. We back moving around like little chickens with our head cut off, because we don't doing stuff all day. And that's a good way to not let negativity seep into your brain. Just do something. You know what I'm saying? If you're idle or if you're doing something that's not productive, negativity coming. Bad thoughts coming. Bad attitudes coming. You know what I'm saying? So stay productive. We had a situation where we were trying to purchase something online. Big stuff. Because we're trying to get our food, healthy food and lifestyle, good lifestyle. We're trying to get all that going. We're trying to do a food truck, and we needed a truck, pickup truck. You know what I'm saying? And the trailer. So we saw what we thought was a good deal online, and we went ahead and we kind of went in there too fast.
Hasty, right?
You know what I'm saying? We made too much haste. You know what I'm saying? I had to wiggle my legs on that, because it was there, and we were so ready to get things moving that we saw the deal, and we jumped on it. But come to find out, it was a deal, all right. It was a deal with the devil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this happens. It done happened to the best of us. And to let you know, it's possible. And just be careful when you're making purchases online. When you're making purchases with people, face to face.
Yes, be careful.
Just be careful. Be aware. Read everything. Read everything between the lines. Look at detail, spelling. You know what I'm saying? Grammar, research, BBB, all that. Do your research, especially if it's something. And if you putting all your chips in, you'd be a fool not to. If you put all your chips in, do your research, do your homework 6 times, do your research 12 times, go to summer school, grad school, med school, because you put all your chips in, that's on the line. And especially if we ain't gonna mention if you got a family. So luckily we didn't put all our chips in. We
put a good bit of them in.
We put
a good bit of them in, but
I'm not even giving energy to that.
Yeah.
We managed. We still managed.
Right.
Somewhat.
Right.
And that's the key. Right. Have some. If you don't have a A1 plan, have at least somewhat of a plan. Because that's a part of why we jumped in there quickly, because it was a deal, and we had foresight of what else we were going to do with the rest of what we had planned. So. And that's how things get you. You know what I'm saying? And just be careful. Yeah. Like I said, happen to the best of us. To prevent it from happening to you, we're gonna help. We helping you out. And it's roll the dice. I'm not saying roll the dice, but roll the dice. Take chances. You know what I'm saying? But
research them.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's smart. It's smart gambling, and it's not really gambling. But I'm trying to make a sideways point here. But just it's a smart way to do things. Because if you want to be great, you have to take risks. That's the given. But you still could take smart risks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, there's very few. There are very few millionaires that you ever hear of, or even great people. You okay, Jace? Come here. There are a few great people that you hear of. That's our 4-year-old. Who haven't lost it all at some point. And all praises that we didn't have to lose it all to learn this lesson. But just keep it positive. Just keep it positive. Before you break down and go to the worst of the worst, say hi. Say hi. Are you sleeping? He took a nap after he was outside playing in charcoal. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you said you weren't okay. But he's fine. All right. Now go in the room and play. But before you go into what's so bad about the situation, think about what's good. See what good you can find out of it. Because I ain't gonna lie, I cried. And it wasn't just this horrible cry session, but I definitely cried. I didn't cry because we had lost out on the money that we invested. I cried because it was hurtful. Because there are people in this world who are trying and do take advantage of good people. When nobody is beyond reproach. Nobody is immune to being taught a lesson. And we needed to learn this lesson at this time. And we looked at it that way. But it was definitely hurtful for a moment. But we very quickly, figured out what's the good in this. We didn't stop and say what's the good in this. But because going through situations daily and dealing with stuff daily, we always look for the good. It's like habit now. Before we could get so low and angry and upset that these people are out here scamming people and they're out here taking people's money and all that. Before we even got to that point, we started giving thanks, first of all. Giving thanks that even though we lost something, we didn't lose everything. We started giving thanks that, you know, this lesson is being taught to us now and not 10 years from now when we do have millions of dollars and then we lose all of it. We're being taught now. And I tell you, I'm the discount diva, baby. Okay, I will find a deal, but every deal ain't the best deal. Sometimes you get what you pay for, and if it looks too good to be true, look at it 10 more times and make sure. Sleep on it. Sleep on it. And ladies, men are going to make some decisions without us sometimes. He didn't make this decision without me. But men are going to make some decisions that we don't agree with. And sometimes they don't turn out great. Don't get on a case about it. They already, you know, in their own heads about what happens. So don't make it more difficult than it has to be. You know, boost him up in those moments, because once the head is messed up, the whole body go to messing up. Just keep his head on straight. Keep your head on straight, first of all, because one thing I can tell you, money is just money. Money is very easy to acquire out here in the world. It's a piece of paper. You can get it. But if you let something as small as money detract from the good in your relationship, or frustrate what's going on in your relationship, or frustrate your road to success, or frustrate where you're headed, you can't get that back. You can't buy that back. You can get money again, but you can't buy that back. So keep that in mind. Bear that in mind when you know you're ready to go off. I know it's difficult not to sometimes, but bear in mind that y'all in it together. You're not the only one that lost out. He not the only one that lost out. Y'all lost out together. How we gonna build this back together? That needs to be the only focus, because focusing on anything else is a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Infuse that good energy into the situation, even if it's a bad situation, because everything ain't always gonna be good.
And then don't you know, anything that happens, if it's involving somebody that might have cheated you or ripped you off or something, don't worry about them. You know what I'm saying? Because they karma. We all know karma is. It's alive and well. You know what I'm saying? What goes around comes around. You know, and you know it's a, you know, you forgive, and that, like, we just recently got reminded that when you do things like forgive people, that strengthens you. It strengthens your character. You know, and that's the whole thing about it. You know, obstacles, you know, it strengthens you. You know, and sometimes a lot of obstacles is a good thing. You know, because you're getting strengthened. You know, like people, you putting more dumbbells on. You know, you get stronger each and every time. You know, and I pray that, you know, I pray that we ain't, this gonna be a while till the next obstacle come around. But we know there are obstacles that's gonna come. And you know, thinking about it, the obstacles that come our way are pretty big. So it's room to have gaps in between, like long gaps in between our obstacles, because they're heavy. I'm talking about from deaths, you know what I'm saying? From, you know, like real tight situations, life situations, you know what I'm saying? You know, we done took leaps of faith to where we couldn't even come with our rent. You know, I think we discussed this before. And you know, luckily, all praises, we had understanding. We have an understanding landlord. You know, but shit, once upon a time we was $2,100 in the hole with rent. I mean, we was getting light bill and everything paid, but we were self-employed, you know, and it wasn't moving, you know, as fast at the time. But we went out there. Wasn't nothing stopping us, you know. And we'll be back. We there. We're doing it. We still doing it.
And that's why this thing came up. Just like when we first went out there. That's when all of the deaths and loss and all that started happening. It's like stuff comes to knock you down when you decide that you're going to be great no matter what happens. It's like something out there says, oh, for real, no matter what happens, ooh, let me go give her this and see if that knock her down. Or let me go give him this and see if that stop him. You gotta be unstoppable.
Think about what I just said. Are you willing to handle being $2,100 in the hole?
And keeping it positive.
You know what I'm saying?
And
it's just, we you know, the blessing of walking upright and being disciplined with your life, you have help along with them obstacles. Because that's unheard of in society today, of somebody allowing you to be $2,100 in their rent. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful. You're gonna come along some obstacles, but you have to make sure that you walking right. You know what I'm saying? Because an obstacle added on to you being out here like doing dirt, you know what I'm saying, wilding out, that could be crippling. You know what I'm saying? So get your life together, man. Read the Bible. Understand the Bible. Understand those laws that's in the Bible. If you don't have to believe in nothing, you don't have to believe in nothing. Just have something that helps you with structure with your life. I mean, we follow all kind of other laws. I mean, what's wrong with following laws that's going to help you keep your life in order? You know what I'm saying? And with that, you get blessed. Because later on down the line, we'll have the story. We'll give y'all the story about what happened with that later on. But needless to say, the $2,100 is wiped out. She, we'll keep that anticipation for y'all. If y'all want to hear that story, tune into this movement, to this subscribe to this, man. Just let us, help y'all, be with us. You know what I'm saying? But we don't owe $2,100.
Right.
Straight up, leave it like that. But it was at that, along with losing close family members. My wife lost her father, lost her dear cousin, close cousin. And all within that 4 months, we was doing our thing, showing negativity, showing the world that we not the average. We're not gonna settle for this. We want more. You know what I'm saying? And negativity is like, oh yeah, right, I want to see. And you're gonna start sending things your way. Be ready for it. You can handle it. If you get past that first obstacle, you good. The first one is the heaviest punch. Negativity not smart though. And it's kind of smart, but it throw the hardest punches first.
And it's not always negativity. It's just like in Job, that the permission has to come from the Most High. And
the test.
It's interesting because this time it comes and what will make you the weakest at the time. The first time, we had plans on having his cousin go into business with us. My dad had plans on investing in our business. And both of them were taken out within a month.
I didn't even think of that.
His cousin passed. Right after his cousin, maybe 2 weeks after his funeral, my cousin passed. Then 2 weeks after that, my dad passed. And it was like things piling up on top of each other. Things that would have contributed to our success. And this time around, we've been praying for a break to get this food truck. We had one that we saw within the city, and it was more than what we were able to afford, and we just didn't know how we were going to make it happen. We already have a customer base selling food. We have people who ask us all the time when we're coming back out and serve. We have a mission, we have a vision, we have a goal, and it goes beyond food. It's just incorporating a healthy lifestyle for our people. And this challenge came as exactly what we prayed for. Right. The exact truck that he wants came like that. the exact a fully equipped trailer came. It came as exactly what we were praying for. So understand that sometimes your obstacle comes looking like what you prayed for, but it's still what you prayed for, because if you get past that obstacle without getting stuck in the obstacle, what you prayed for just might be on the other side, bigger and better than what the obstacle looked like. You just have to keep, it's so easy to say keep a positive attitude, but that's why we're doing this video today, right while it's going on, so we can show y'all, you know, stuff happens. We got kids too. We got mouths to feed. We don't get assistance. We work. Y'all see, I do my jewelry. He goes to work every day. We work for what we get. And to have somebody come, you know, and cheat us out and scam us out of that, it's difficult. It's not like, oh God, it's fine, whatever. But you got to pull that positivity out and say you are not going to win. You are not going to win. I'm going to stay focused on my goals. I'm going to stay focused on my dream. Nothing is going to stop me. I don't care what it is that comes. And it's difficult. It's difficult, but that's why you have to have a mission. It's just like in relationships. When we say have a mission behind your relationship, things go south with us sometimes. It's not often, but from time to time, it's like, but
that's how I go.
That's how I be.
No, I don't be like that.
All right. But when you have, right, that's how he is. Bruh. Like that bruh. Like that bruh picture.
What that John wrong with it.
But when you know what you're doing together, you look at it and you like, you know what, this done popped up, but where we're going is bigger than this. Right. And I might seem out of it right now because I done cried, I done laughed, I done went through it all today. So my energy is like, but it's all good though. It's all good.
I'm gonna tap dance butt naked for her. And she gonna.
He is not okay. He is not gonna do that.
I ain't gonna do that. I don't even like walking around the house without socks on. I ain't about
right. We may go get snowballs or something.
I might need my drawers on for you. But
oh goodness.
And then, you know, men be there. You know, they down in there and because it hurt, you know. Because you know, us being providers, like to lose money that way, you know, it kind of throw you for a loop. To where we'll get angry before emotion. We probably won't get emotional at all, but anger is an emotion, so you gotta, you know. I was able to fight it off in my own way, and that's one thing too. If for the women too, when things happen like that, just let you know whatever that man doing at the time. If you're quiet or need to listen to music or need to do anything besides effing off.
We're talking about it.
You know, let him do it so he could be, you know, fortified. That's my new word. That's my favorite new word. Fortified. You know, so he can be, strengthened. You know, heal himself because it's a blow. You know, we don't show our emotions. We don't show when we feel it. You know, in respect to be, you know, strong for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And we dealt with that yesterday. I kind of saw it coming. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I felt played. You know what I'm saying? That was my fear. I felt played. You know, because we recognize what's happening. And as far as the money and all that, we, you know, after the pain of feeling played or feeling betrayed or whatever, money is nothing. We can make that back. You know, we focus on that, and we're not worried about that. We worry about, you know, recognizing the situation and strengthening ourselves and being aware, and because it's important too to get it out the way you need to get it out and get it over with and forget it, because that can cause a situation in the household between you and your spouse, or you and your husband, your wife, or whatever. So let him think it out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he got to do, it's important, it's vital, and likewise the men too. So, and that's just my point, though. Let him do that. Out, though. Yeah, let him do that so he can be prepared to listen to you, or prepared to console you. Especially if it's a situation that's affecting both of y'all. Let him do what he needs to do so he can comfort you. Right? Be strong enough to keep, continue to keep the house. Because another thing too, when he's down, that leaves room for the household to be able to attack. You know what I'm saying? Because now the energy level is low. Nobody's strong. They're all kind of negative. I know everybody got crazy family members and all that type of crazy friends and people that's just always negative and bickering and this and that. And they coming out the blue. They coming. There's some kind of way they coming. Yeah. They gonna find. They gonna, you know what I mean. They coming. They gonna come. You know what I'm saying? It could be somebody you ain't talked to in 37 years. You could be 28. You ain't lived 37 years in your life. But you ain't seen the person in 90 years. They coming, they calling, they Facebooking,
popping up in the middle of anywhere.
So yeah, and see that's another thing too. You was letting me. You was strong enough to let me do. You let me be, and you was lifting me too. And you would call me, and stuff, and and you was helping me. You was recovering me, but you was strong enough to deal with that. Because when I mentioned about when negativity just pop up and try to distract whoever the strongest, it happened to her. But she by her helping me, she was strong enough to deal with that. And the big bang happened today, but it affected her the most. But she helped me back yesterday, and I was able to help her through it. It's teamwork, man. And it's good to go through it with somebody. Because if you go through it by yourself, you might fuck around and shoot up the post office.
Go
if it's that bad.
But honestly and truly, you gotta understand. If you're in business with somebody and it's your business partner and y'all take a hit, if you're in a relationship and y'all take a hit, however it comes, whoever else is in it with you, even if you're in it by yourself, you got to understand what your process is and not try to look at us or look at the next person and say, oh, that's how they're dealing with it. That's how she or he is dealing with it. That's how I need to be dealing with it. Go through your process and appreciate your process. When I got that, bad news today, I cried. I couldn't help but crying. But that was my process. I didn't say, oh, you weak for crying and you don't need to be crying and get over it. You should have made a better decision and all that. No, look, it's a lesson and it hurts. And I need to get this out of me right now. But not only understanding yourself, but understanding what that other person needs. Women, understand. Just like he was saying, when a man going through something, they got to think it out. We can feel when they're going through something. And we feel like, well, you need to talk about it. You need to talk about it. They don't need to talk. That's not their method of operation. That's our method of operation. We got to talk things out. Let them be quiet and think. Please. Because if it comes out, it may not come out how you want it to come out. It might not come out and him sitting down and explaining to you everything he's feeling and everything he's going through. You don't know what he's feeling. Let him process that. Let him process it. If he needs to play his music to the top of the ceiling, let him play it loud as he wants. It's going to pass. It's a temporary situation. Just let it flow. And fellas, just like he was saying, once y'all have gotten through the blow, because usually y'all see things coming before we do. A level-headed man with a strong mind can see when something is coming. When she needs to talk, let her talk it out. He was at work today. He sat on the phone with me all day and just let me get it out. And it was probably 5 to 10 minutes of venting, and the rest of it was us just lifting each other up and bringing that positive energy back. By the time we were done talking about it, we were laughing about it. We were laughing and feeling that energy of forgiveness and feeling that energy of love. And you know what, babe? It's not over with. This was just one hurdle.
All in one day.
All in a couple of hours, really. You know, the sun is still out, and we preparing to move on and do something else with our day. Don't let nothing come and ruin your day. The Most High made these days for us to rejoice and be glad in. Don't let no kind of negativity come in and stop you from rejoicing and being glad, because tomorrow you might not be here. And you let something little in the world mess up your today. You know, enjoy your day. Enjoy your life. It's not as difficult as it seems, and no problem is as big as it seems. No problem is as big as it seems. It's not. Because think back to high school. All of us had these enormous problems in high school. Just crazy, just stuff we thought we were never going to get through. We look at that stuff now, it's like, for real.
Give me them,
Give me them problems.
and you know what? That's power to where you can flip a situation like on the head like that. And I kept saying it today, like, man, we really just think of how strong that is. Like, this happened.
Right. This happened.
Now,
and it was a couple hundred. It was not a couple $100. It was a couple $1,000. And we could have let that be the end. We could have said, if this the kind of blows we gonna take, we'll work for our check from now on. You know, we'll go clock in for it. But that's not the purpose. That's not the plan. Stick to the plan. Stick to your mission. Don't let a couple hundred, couple thousand, couple 100,000, don't let it knock you. Because look at Donald Trump. He was a millionaire who lost millions. And now he's a millionaire again. Look at Warren Buffett.
Right.
Warren Buffett is a billionaire. Warren Buffett is the richest man in the world, and he done lost it all.
And that's that. You know, that's one thing we always hear too. When people that done hit rock bottom, you ain't have nothing else to lose. But why? You know, you can have that frame of mind with a little something, or with a lot, to keep from going. You know, and we all need obstacles. So you know, by having that mentality, like I gotta live. You know, I'm gonna force myself to still go out there. You still gonna have obstacles because they need it. But they won't be as harsh as you know, fighting around and messing around and hitting rock bottom. Because you have a purpose. If you're supposed to be great, the Most High gonna get your whatever you call it, Most High universe, whatever. Because I mean, the Most High created the universe anyway, so we still dealing with Him. But whatever you want to call it, it's gonna force you to be what you're supposed to be. Thus, we have people that had to hit rock bottom to get that, you know, and once you get that desire, there's no stopping it. Some people have to hit rock bottom. Some people, you know, and see me growing up, it never took too much for me to get the point. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like, well, she ain't calling no more, so she must don't like me. Or something like that. I don't know. They ain't picked me on the team. They must not want me to play.
His mom never had to whoop him.
You know what I'm saying?
Never.
And all praises, I was just sent here, you know, I'm not this type of person.
I'm a different story, okay?
I whipped her last night.
Oh my God. Okay, anyways, that is not the truth. I have gotten some bad deals, okay? But this was a lesson for me. Because I will hunt down a deal. But sometimes it pays to just buy what you need. Don't keep on searching for the discount. Because sometimes the discount is more than a discount.
It's a discount.
Right. You know, you just invest in yourself. Don't be scared to invest in yourself. Don't be scared to spend your last investing in something that you are confident in. Because we try to find whatever is the best deal. And it ain't no, and I really needed this lesson. I needed this. Because if I hadn't got this lesson today with a couple $1,000, trust me, it would have happened with a couple $100,000 down the line. Because I would have still been looking for the discount. And that's not to say I'm going to go buy the most expensive thing. It's just, you know, don't look twice when it's too good to be true. Look 2, 3, 4, 5 times when it's too good to be true. Like he was saying, pay attention to spelling. Pay attention to grammar. Pay attention to all of that. Because when we went back and looked, there were spelling errors. There were grammar errors. There were errors in the link that would have let us know something ain't right about this. This company is too big for there to be all these missteps. So,
and that lets you know that you are supposed to be going through these obstacles. Because we look at it now like, how the hell we missed this? Mm-hmm. And we, especially my wife, she's known for pointing out stuff like that. But we were supposed to go through this. We were supposed to go through this so we could, for one, get stronger, fortify ourselves, my favorite word again, and to help you out. Like, just share it. You know? Just share it, man. That's where it more, just as much as goal, you know what I'm saying? Helping people to be aware of it. Because we would have appreciated greatly if somebody would have for us, if it wasn't for us to go through. And if it wasn't, somebody would have been around to point it out or to remind us. Or we would have caught it like we usually do. You know? But,
and just keep moving. Just keep moving. We went yesterday, as a matter of fact, when he saw it coming, and I was trying to keep his energy up. I went out and got a little cash register kind of thing, and just little things to go in the truck. And even though it seems that has been redirected, when it looks like what you wanted or what you prayed for isn't going to come, keep moving like it's coming. That's the law of attraction. Keep moving like it's coming. We bought cases and cases of drinks. Keep moving like it's coming. Don't let that discourage you. Don't say, oh, I feel stupid now, because no, that obstacle is getting you somewhere. It wasn't put there to stop you. I posted that on my Instagram. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you know this. Well, us on Instagram, on the Inspired Life. You know, we always posting stuff like that because that's the truth. We go through these things. That's why we post it. I don't just post stuff to motivate you. I post it to motivate me too. Because we go through these things. But we just stay positive. We have 2 little boys. We can't. When I was crying earlier today, that's what stopped me. Both of my sons, one is 4 and one will be 2 at the end of this month. Mommy, you crying, Mommy? Mommy, don't cry. Mommy, you can't cry. And that really, you know, I didn't feel bad for crying in front of them, because a lot of people, oh, I can't cry in front of my children. I got to let them know I'm strong and all this. Because they need to know that your emotions are okay. The Most High gave you emotions. But
everybody learned.
Right, but it really put it back into perspective. You know, these kids don't know that something is going on. They don't know that things aren't 100% right now. It was early in the morning. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I'm not gonna mess up their day. I'm not gonna mess up my day. So,
good morning. And then that too. How many of y'all think y'all can handle that? Being waking up, you know, starting your day off to that. And it's strange though, because a guy I worked with, you know, out the blue, he must have, I don't know, it was just an eerie feeling leading up to it. And, he must have felt my energy. And we talk about this from time to time, so he understand. And like he asked me, do I still read a lot of, you know, motivational books and all that? Or I still, you know, keep the course with all that. And I was like, you know, I hadn't been reading too much lately like I used to, but I still stay on it every now and then. And he was like, yeah, well, you know, stay on it. You know, don't let nothing deter you from your dreams. You know, just keep at it. And none of this hadn't even happened yet. You know, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know, all right. And it kind of spruced me up a little more. And I looking back like, yeah, things happen, and that stuff like that, little indicators like that, let you know that you are being helped along the way. This lets you know that you're not being punished. This lets you know that you're going through this because you're supposed to. You're being strengthened. You know what I'm saying? You have help along the way, though. And chastisement. You don't want that. That's when nothing's going right for you. And then you have to examine yourself. Then you have to examine. You have to stop. And be like, what am I doing? It's not everybody else. If I don't blame everybody I could have possibly blamed.
Right.
Especially if you meeting people and things going wrong. Stop and ask yourself. Examine yourself. But when things like that happen, like
just about. I told y'all my energy is like.
Oh yeah. Might have to.
It's all good. The boys are napping. I'm baby.
Get you the ginseng. Okay.
Or some maca. We got some maca.
Maca, that's my favorite. Never mind. Back to what I was talking about. Fellas, get you some maca root, my baby.
This is what I gotta live with, okay?
Maca root. It's a powder. It's energy, and it ain't gonna have you wired up, but it's sustained energy. If you know what I mean.
It's a good focus.
Sustained energy.
For good focused energy, okay.
Stamina. That's what that helps us. But yeah, back to what I was saying.
I swear I'd be tempted to edit his little silliness out.
No, you gotta get this.
We all grown.
Because when y'all meet us, you gonna get it.
Right.
And I don't want you to be shocked. This is the good me.
Right.
Nah, I'm good. I ain't
good.
This is as much as you're gonna get. I ain't.
Right.
We down to earth. I ain't got the time to be. And the syllabus and nothing. Look up. And my wife had to remember our first couple of videos. I was all, but I had to get weaned into it. But I don't do this. Like I do it now because I understand our purpose. But at first, man, you had to threaten to hang me with a rope to get any kind of piece of information.
He doesn't even take pictures, for real.
I hate selfies.
He'll take pictures, like if someone is taking a picture of us, but selfies?
I'm a photographer.
I rarely take selfies. And when I am caught taking a selfie, you want me to take that?
Right. I'm a photographer, so you have to understand. It's perfection type of thing. Why? And I don't hate them all. That's a good bam. Please let it be for a purpose. My wife takes selfies and she probably,
it's usually jewelry or inspiration.
Inspiration things. But people go on some people's Instagram pages.
And all you see is.
And I hate when the men do it. It's too much to me. And don't get mad. Nobody get mad. If you get mad about selfies, then go crazy. But it's me. I'm just saying what I don't really care too much for it. But it's go do something. We ain't gotta know. You ain't got no work to do. You know what I'm saying?
True. That's true though.
It don't take nothing but a couple of seconds to take a selfie. But when you see people cover themselves, that's a couple of hours worth of selfies. Money time, man. You could be. I don't even look if you done made 50 cents. I made 50 cents on one of my little photos. I was $2 up. I was 50 cents. Stock photo. Check that out. Any photographers out there? Google stock photos, or go online and for stock photos. You know what I'm saying? All kind of websites come where you can sell your images. Just follow the guidelines. They got an application you have to go through. You got to do your research. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? And it explains what type of photos they're looking for, and how to make money, and popular photos people looking for. So no more selfies. Stock. You can make money. Like all the photos you take of yourself, you can do stock photos and make money. That sounds a whole lot better than me. So Yeah, I don't know. Y'all might not be seeing me on New Orleans Renaissance too much because I'm gonna be on stock. Well, I see them out. But we digress like a mother. But
yeah, y'all can keep count of how often we go off topic. That just lets you know. I mean, it's a serious situation that we had, but it ain't shook nothing. One monkey don't stop no show.
Right.
Two monkeys don't stop no show.
You got to be planning the apes to think about stopping this show. Let that be like somewhat of a motivation to you. You got to be a legion or something to at least you thinking about stopping this show. Don't think, no. They got to cut the lights off. The power got to go off for you to stop your show temporarily. Power go out, find a way to turn them back on and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. And for us, we just trust. We trust the Most High above and beyond everything. When I was getting told today that, that wasn't us, because what happened, we thought we had purchased something on eBay. And we didn't. And,
sure did.
and I called eBay, and eBay was like, we don't have any record of that. Is this how the person said it to you? Is this what the page looked like? Because it looked like a legitimate eBay page, or whatever. And we were like, yeah. Well, I was like, yeah, and the lady was like, well, is this what it said? So we can't let that stop what's going on. We can't, and we trust the Most High above everything. We trust that, He didn't bring us to this lesson to not get us through it. We already got through it, but He didn't bring us to what we thought we had prayed for, what we thought, what we did pray for. He didn't bring us to what we thought was the fruition of it, to say, oh, look, I left you there. And no, it don't work like that. So we just trust that it was a lesson that we needed, and He gonna work it out. And we gonna keep going. We gonna keep going. They say faith without works is dead. Some people will say, oh, I have faith that God gonna fix this.
And don't do nothing.
And they sit there and wait around. That's not how it works. We keeping progress going in the direction of what we were going for in the first place. Ain't nothing stop.
Faith is vital for doing things, becoming great. Faith is vital because think about it. God controls everything. He controls your success, your failures. If you don't have faith in Him, you know what I'm saying?
When those obstacles come, you're gonna break because they come big sometimes, and they come back to back sometimes.
And do things right. We see people, don't base your life upon other people doing it. Your father, your daddy told us one thing. I always bring this up. You never worry about how they got it. Because you don't know how they got it. They could have been doing lie, steal, cheat, whatever. Or who knows? You focus on getting what you need to do, doing what you need to do to get it how you want it, righteous. Righteous. You gotta be righteous because negativity it come around and bite you. Bite your heart. People like Bernie Madoff. People, he thought he was invincible. I never get caught. The higher up you are when you fall, it's a hard fall.
And I was blessed with two great fathers. But that was my stepdad that told us that you compare your life sometimes to other people's lives and what they have and what they showing off, but you really don't know what they did to get it. And knowing that, understand that some of the people that you look to, you don't know. And that's another reason why we posted this video, because a lot of people, for whatever reason, compare and they look at us and say, oh, it's just so easy. Y'all life just seems. We go through things too, like everybody else. We really do. We push through the obstacles. But bringing it back to what he was saying, you don't know what bad people are doing to get the what looks like good. And the scripture tells you that that's just so that they will wither away like stubble. They're going to burn out at some point. And we were talking about that earlier. For us to have been tricked the way that we were tricked, these people are professionals. Seriously, these people are professionals. And I'll tell you something else that we learned, just a tip, when you're buying online and it looks too good to be true. If they got to tell you their whole life story, when you ask about the product that they're selling, be aware. If they got to tell you what they're going through and why they're selling it, and be aware. Be very aware. And it almost happened to us. See, this was a lesson that we needed. Because remember when we came down here and that house on Britannia that we was about to rent, and a guy said he was in Africa and he just needed someone to take care of his house, and he was just telling me all kind of stuff. I actually talked to him directly on the phone. So, and my husband was texting back and forth with the person who was selling us this trailer. So it seemed legitimate. And he was like, well, would you mind sending the payment, sending the rent for the first month and the deposit, and I send you the keys. And I said, okay, I'm going to talk to my husband about it. And we almost got, but we didn't. But the same thing happened. We weren't thinking, though. Because it's easy to catch it with a house. He said he was a doctor and he had bought this house down here, but he got called back to Africa and all kind of stuff. So when they telling you all this, I'm going through a divorce and I took everything with me and I moved back here and I got this thing and I did. A person that's trying to sell something won't know how much money you got.
When can you come?
When can you get what I'm selling? And that's that. Don't go for the story. I'm telling you, don't go for the story. Because I was like, oh, she's going through a divorce, and I know how that is. My mom went through a divorce, and it's horrible. And
because we're compassionate.
Because we're compassionate.
We feel for people. We always want to put ourselves in a position to help people.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that was helpful.
My mother-in-law told me last week, they get you with the side story.
Yeah.
They'll get you with that side story.
That's our negativity partner our lieutenant. She gonna let us know. Look here.
And if we would have told her about this, she probably would have stopped it from happening. But we needed this. We did. We needed this lesson. We did.
And see, when you know yourself, you know when you can recognize things that happen, because we have all of the tools and everything, the people around us to help us prevent things like this. But it's like our horse was hardened at the time. This had to happen. It's like we kind of like were used. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, don't think about it. Just do this so this can happen. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't usually fall for stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And we have people around us that's not gonna let us. And we it was a reason why we didn't share with them, so they could prevent this.
Because we tell her pretty much everything.
And you know what? There's like on websites and all that, they put all this type of stuff in the fine print. We coming to you face to face as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? We're giving you like we're giving you the full awareness of it. Like this shit, like it really happens. Like, there's two people right here that was affected by it. And don't let it, don't let it victimize you. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Ain't nobody stabbing you or nothing. It's not, you'll live. But just to let you know that it really go on. Because when you read something like a fine print, or, like sometimes when you download something, you skip the disclaimer or the agreement, I agree, you know what I'm saying? That's just what happened. Like, but if somebody like telling you, you know what I'm saying, live and living color, you can accept it, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm gonna be more careful because it's two people that have went through it. It's people going through it. It can happen. Not to even scheme about it or none of that, but just be aware.
Yeah, we don't say anything to scare you. If it scares you, then tell that fear to go have several seats,
Right?
like I
Several
always
seats.
say. But you know, and it's not to stop you from taking chances, like he was saying, roll the dice. You gotta take risks. Scared money don't make no money, and that's just the bottom line. It really you have to trust in the talent and the abilities and the purpose that the Most High gave you, but also be aware that there are people out here scheming on your talents and scheming on your abilities and your compassion. People are, the love of money is the root of all evil, and a whole lot of people love money. They love the pursuit of money instead of pursuing their purpose.
Right.
If we were after the pursuit of money, that we'd be a mess right now.
Devastated.
Losing money. But I mean,
Man.
what can you do? What can you do but keep going?
Mm-hmm.
You can stop, but what's stopping gonna help?
You're being job jail on your way. And it's for the people that's tired of the rat race.
Mm-hmm.
If you like your job, by all means, work your job. I don't recommend it, but if that would make you happy, work your job.
But if you're ready to get out of the rat race, don't let
Take
obstacles
risks.
stop you. Because
Smart risks.
Right.
Get out the box.
Mm-hmm.
And that's half the battle right there, just jumping out the box.
Mm-hmm.
Jump in that ice cold water. And stay in it. You know what I'm saying? And sooner or later that water gonna warm up.
Mm-hmm. And if the obstacles will make you feel like, well, dang, bad things always happen to good people. I'm trying to do right, and all this bad stuff is happening. But just like he was saying earlier, with negative energy trying to fight and anything in life, if it's trying to survive, if you've decided you're gonna be positive, you're gonna do right, you're gonna live well, you're gonna do good, if you've made that decision, then the negative side of you that has always been there, that you have given more energy to all that time before that, is going to fight to keep living. But if you watch boxing, there's always one fighter who wearing themselves out. While you're staying focused and staying still and got your eyes on the prize, negativity is wearing itself out. It's going to keep punching you. You got to keep getting up. Because that's what makes negativity wear itself out when it sees, damn, no matter how hard I punch, this person is getting back up. Why won't you stay down?
And it's going to keep swinging. That's what he meant to do.
But eventually them swings
blows, yeah, big blows. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's that high five is what it was.
Mm-hmm. I want to high five you. He was high fiving the phone.
But, man, I guess with that,
yeah.
shout out to Lisa Nichols.
Shout out to Lisa Nichols, man. If you
up.
ever see this video, Lisa,
we tagging her.
My goodness. The Most High used you today. I will tell you that you have a 5-minute video on YouTube of David LaRoche interviewing you. That video, even after we had already gotten back into the positive mindset, that video put us over the top. 5 minutes. You are phenomenal. The Most High is using you phenomenally. Look her up if you have not heard of her, if you're an entrepreneur, or anybody that wants to live in your purpose and stay motivated. Look her up. Lisa Nichols.
In fact, research the movies. The Secret.
She's in the movie,
as well.
The
Secret. I know, and I mean, it's pretty big. Now, most of you probably heard of it, but for those who haven't,
The Secret.
The Secret. That's it. The Secret. It's on YouTube. Pluck that in there and watch it.
And for those who are in the truth and in the church and all this other foolishness, in the truth is not foolishness, but being in the church and saying, oh, I don't believe in the law of attraction. Whether you believe in it or not,
It exists.
you attracting stuff to you. So you might want to figure out how to work it. People, say, oh, I'm in the truth. If you use being in the truth as an excuse to not learn about the rest of the laws, you just as bad as being religious, for real. Because you're attracting. The scripture speaks of it perfectly. As a man thinks, so is he. Your life and death is in the power of the tongue. The scripture gives you the secret. To say, oh, I'm going to just go to the scripture and get it, you might not get it there. You might not. You might miss it. So watch something that puts it out logically for you. And they may say the universe this and the universe that. Put the Most High in that place. Just like in school when they taught you.
Because he created everything.
Right. When in school, when you came across a word, if all the class was reading out loud and you came across a name that you couldn't pronounce, the teacher said, my teacher said, use a name you can't pronounce. Put John there. Put David there. Put Becky there. Instead of getting stuck on that one word. Don't get stuck on the universe and miss the whole doggone message. Put the Most High where you hear the universe. And understand that the Most High is orchestrating things to go however your thoughts are going. If you're thinking on, I want to fulfill my purpose, I want to fulfill the mission that he sent me here to do, then your life is going to go in that direction. If you're thinking on, I want to fulfill my purpose, but this is stopping me, and this is stopping me, and oh, I have this job, and oh, I need to get enough money to do that, and oh, I need to make sure I'm straight to do that, then that's how your life going to go, and forever you're going to be making sure you're straight, and you're never going to get to doing what you're trying to do. So look up the law of attraction, learn it as much as you can, look up manifestation, motivation, the secret, play it over and over and over and over and over until you get it.
Lisa
Nichols. She a sister. She on her stuff. She started from the bottom. Now she here.
Lisa, we gonna
hit us up, man.
We putting you in all our. We shouting you out in all our videos till you.
If she down to earth, she gonna find us.
Till you find us, cause we speaking it now.
She gonna find us.
We gonna let y'all know how serious it is, cause we speaking it now. Watch.
Yeah.
When we do one of the videos down the line, and my wife in here bucking, we married this nigga, show. And I'm gonna be sitting over there doing this. I told you. We told you. It's saying what it says in scripture about that we were just talking for in Isaiah for the stammering lips and another tongue.
And another tongue. Yeah.
Cause how the hell we? No, well, that's another subject.
That's another subject. It is. Be great. Be great, people, and be inspired. Peace.